Deepinder, welcome to the show. The founder and CEO of RevSure.ai, and we will be seeing the demo. Super
Pretty,
excited to host you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Super excited to be here.
Yeah, let's dive into the demo.
Perfect. So, what I thought I'd do is to give a quick introduction to who we are at RevSure and then jump into the demonstration. In the introduction, I'll particularly talk about how we think about the space of what we like to call full funnel agentic AI for B2B teams and B2B teams, B2B GTM teams with complex GTM motions, right from mid-market to enterprise B2B companies. So what RevSure does is help these teams optimize for the end-to-end buyer journey, right from the anonymous visitor through the different stages. This is just illustrative. Whether any company has lead-based, account-based, or PLG self-serve funnels, we adapt to that. And more importantly, hybrid GTM motions, because in the complex world of B2B GTM and enterprises, have a mix of GTM motions: inbound, outbound, product-led, marketing-led, sales-led, etc. Right? So we help them optimize for this end-to-end journey, right from anonymous visitor to opportunity close one and beyond. And more importantly, we help understand the synergies and optimize for the interactions between the marketing, the SDR, BDR, AE, partner motion across online and offline channels. Within that, we focus on three broad use cases using our agentic AI. The first one is marketing optimization. How do we help better track, attribute, measure the performance of campaigns that are running by marketing, and then predict the performance so that we can then start suggesting recommendations, which campaigns to double down on, how to refine them in real time, how to figure out which campaigns can help you improve targeting versus nurturing, and then drive conversions and expansion. The second use case is pipeline acceleration, helping these teams prioritize the right leads and accounts based on predictive and anticipative algorithms that can anticipate which lead will convert to pipeline or account this quarter, next quarter versus next to next quarter. So it's a very time bound, because we all know that we have precious time and we want to focus on the top opportunities and accounts and leads rather than other ones that we can continue to nurture. And then finally, giving better predictive visibility to these GTM teams as to whether they'll meet their pipeline generation and pipeline coverage targets. If not, right, what to do about them, how to optimize marketing, and then how to drive the right acceleration. So it kind of serves as a loop that helps you drive better revenue predictability. Now, how does this work? We do this by deploying agents at every stage of the funnel across the marketing, SDR, BDR, sales motion, and partner motion. Each of these agents is not a disconnected agent. So what's happening in this world of agents today is every agent is an isolated agent and doing its own activities. But imagine an agent in marketing that has no context about what's going to happen downstream, or imagine an agent in the SDR, BDR world which has no context about what happened upstream, right? We avoid that by deploying team of agents. Now, how does this work and why is this more effective? Because we bring together a full funnel agentic AI infrastructure that starts by integrating full funnel context. So we sit on top of the entire GTM tech stack, right from the marketing automation systems to the CRM systems to the paid ad tools, ABM tools, chat engagement tools, sales automation outreach tools, buyer intelligence, de-anonymization, connected TV, advertising platforms, etc. Any data that's in your product usage and your success intelligence tools. And thereby, what we have access to is the full funnel context. So not only do we know what's happening in the marketing motion, we have the full funnel context of what's happening across each of these motions, across all of the different channels, whether that's online or offline, trade shows, conferences, webinars, events, etc., or online channels like Google, Meta, LinkedIn, and the other usual suspects that you have. Once we integrate this data, we harmonize it. So there's a tremendous amount of context engineering that goes into harmonizing the data, dedupling it, creating the linkages. Enterprise data is very messy. And when we start working with customers, we often find customer teams that have like 10-member teams trying to just solve this problem of bringing full funnel data context and data harmonized into one single source of truth, whether they use some data lake environments like Snowflake or Databricks, etc. But they're struggling with this. So our full funnel context data harmonization solves the problem so that we have granular visibility as to what's happening at every lead, account, opportunity, campaign, channel as well as the overall business level. With that, then we can deploy our predictive AI engines and drive real-time orchestration and activation using our agentic AI. So our perspective and our key IP is the full funnel context, which is represented in the GTM data graph, and then the multi-level predictive AI engine that starts learning patterns. So based on historical data, we start learning patterns very contextual to the GTM motion of every customer's, very specific to the customer's GTM motion across their full funnel and their full GTM motion, not just in a silo or isolated way. It understands all of the interactions and what's predictive of conversion versus non-conversion, what activities, campaigns, leads, accounts are more effective than others. And that's what drives our overall agentic AI flow, which is a quick schematic here where we integrate the data, we harmonize the context into our graph, we run our predictive AI models that then serves all our AI agents that do reasoning to take action. I'm going to take a quick pause here before I move into the demo. Um, does that sound good, Julia?
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. And we have a lot of people watching here. Let's just, let's dive in.
Perfect. Great. Thanks for that. So, how does it all work? I'm going to unpack this journey because the how is as important as the what, because you first need to trust data. AI is only as good as the context that it receives, and that context that it receives is based on the data that is flowing in through the different systems in the business, in the messy world of your business, right? So what we do is we first start by integrating data. And what I'm showing you is how we eat our own dog food. This is RevSure on RevSure. This is our instance. So for example, we integrated data in this case from the marketing automation system, CRM, our G2 Sendoso first party pixel that tracks. We do cookieless tracking, fingerprinting, also that tracks the anonymous visitor journeys. LinkedIn, we can also DM, Google, Twitter, etc. These are our channels that we focus on. Our B2B that helps us de-anonymize. We have several data partnerships, and our B2B being one of them, including Lima Data, Bitscale, Autobound.ai, etc. that helps us enrich data further, right? All of this data gets integrated, and these are just some examples of the data integration that other customers and other companies we've integrated over 40 in this data model, which is our the data graph, right? That harmonizes and links all these accounts, activities, campaigns, campaign members, visitors. For example, this is a fusion data graph that's integrating data across all of the, in this case, leads and contacts across the marketing automation, the CRM system, social engagers, de-anonymized visitors that are net new that you might not known about in your CRM and your marketing automation system, all of the resolution of campaigns that are coming from all of the channels, including you'll see it's not just marketing campaigns, it's sales campaigns, it's SDR, BDR campaigns, referrers, UTM based campaigns, all getting mapped. And what then we have is thousands of attributes of data that's ingested into our data graph at the visitor level, account level, opportunity level, etc. What this does, then it serves the foundation of stitching together the most granular level journey. So now I'm showing you what is the context that powers the AI. So for each of these leads, and I've kind of now switched to a sanitized environment just to respect confidentiality, right? So here, for example, for each of the leads here, right, where it's contextual to your GTM motion, it's for your stages, it's for each company's GTM motion. We've been able to stitch together all the activities, campaign touches, and funnel movements across all of the sources that were getting integrated. So every lead's journey is captured as well as the context of each of those interactions, right, to serve the full funnel context. Not, and you have this for every lead in your GTM motion. Not only at the lead level or the contact level, you see that different leads have different journeys, different number of touch points that they have interacted with. What's very important is that in the upper mid market and in the enterprise, what you would appreciate is that cross channel nurture is one of the majority of the GTM motion. Yes, you have warm outbounds and pure cold outbound prospecting, but cross channel nurture is as important because a lot of the leads, contacts, accounts have been engaging with you for a while, and nurturing them and understanding the influence of them is very important. Now, all of this context, not only at the lead level, but also at the account level, is being fed. So I'm just going to switch to another example at the account level where I'm looking at accounts. Why am I showing this again? The reason I'm showing this is what's needed to build good agentic AI infrastructure without the full funnel context, without understanding the journeys across all of the interactions, account level, contact level interactions across all of the contacts in a particular account, as an example, right? You won't be able to build good agentic AI that has full funnel context and then can do reasoning to help you drive action. Once this is done, our AI is also starting to learn the macro GTM motion, right? That's happening across the account, the key journeys that are driving conversion. All of this is being shown to you, but this is what's feeding our agentic AI. This helps our users understand what's actually being fed into our agentic AI models, also predictions that happen at different layers, whether at the overall business layer, at the campaign layer, etc. And then finally, now you can start building agents contextual to every region, channel, persona, stage of your buyer journey and stage of your funnel. And that's where the agentic environment and the agent builder starts coming into play. So now that you have all of this context, you can start building your own agents. You can start and build new agents from scratch, or you can start from any one of our templates. The key is that in the enterprise, it's not just one or two agents that you need. You need the ability to orchestrate a team of agents, each for different specific actions, but each that is built on a common understanding of the context and the data and the full funnel, what's happening across your full funnel. So, for example, let's say it's an agent where I want to send emails to all visitors that were de-anonymized on my website. I can just go into this template, right? I can schedule this manual schedule event based. So we support real time orchestration. And this agent flow can be customized and edited per your requirements. So, for example, you can build your own prompt, right? Say, hey, look at all of the pages visited by visitors and send them an email based on their interactions, their unique interactions. And once I run this, right, I'm not going to run it now in live. You can add your own knowledge base. So you can add more context about your case studies, about your product marketing and your messaging playbooks, about different aspects about your product, different functionality you can add into the knowledge base. All of that, along with each lead's journey, each account's interactions, etc., are fed into the agentic AI. Once that happens, now when I run this personalized email at this de-anonymized visitors agent, that will then start triggering off emails very quickly that I just ran some time back. These emails are automated and run by our agentic AI layer. This is just one example. Now you can start building further agents for different stages of funnel. You can build an account research agent, right? As an example, and this will give you context about each account. You can further configure to the specifics of your GTM motion. You can say, hey, what is your ICP? What is your product marketing collateral? You want to redact PII from things. So security, privacy is very important in the agentic AI for enterprises, and that's what we also support. So I'll stop here just to take any questions. I just want to give an overview of our overall agentic AI infrastructure. Trust this was useful and interesting. Yeah.
Amazing session. We unfortunately have only 1 minute, but one of the questions we received here is a good one. What's the typical time to value? And how soon can we expect actionable insight after implementation?
Yeah. So our overall onboarding is 4 to 6 weeks, right? Which is led by our customer success team and our data team that helps you first set up the connections. And then once the connections and the ingestion is done, we do a configuration that again is a guided configuration. And all our customer success team is ex-marketing and GTM folks deliberately, so they understand the context, right, of the business. Yeah.
Awesome. And where should our community go to get a test drive?
You can go to our website, RevSure.ai, or you can directly email me, Deepinder at RevSure.ai.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.